Welcome to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Stacy.
I'm going to tilt that your way.
Okay.
I think you could use all the help you can get. I'll just be loud and obnoxious with my chapstick.
I wondered what that was. I saw it in the...
It's lip balm that's probably been up here 3 years from the last time I had a cold, and I'm just reinfecting myself.
We've been absent for a few weeks. I'm back now.
Well, most of us. I wasn't kidding y'all. I'm putting on my chapstick. Yeah, Stacy is going to be going in and out. It's not an audio problem. It's a vocal disease. She was with all her family and got COVID. Not COVID, but we're going to tell people that when it suits us.
Of laryngitis. Never had laryngitis before, so it's new.
I'm telling you, it'll last days, weeks.
Yeah, it said like 4 to 5 weeks in the thing.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't stop talking.
Mm.
That's not going to happen.
And you won't. I mean, how you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll run its course. In the meantime, you just use it to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun talking on the phone to those older women at work because they can't understand me.
They think it's their hearing.
Yeah.
Again, something you can use to your advantage if it suits you. Hey, look, my hair's finally long enough to do it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I get a few wispies that fall down, and then
But
half
that's
of it falls down, and it looks weird at some
That's
point.
cute. Oh, well,
But since it looks like poof.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
So I was excited. I'll cut the scrunchy back on the arm.
I don't know if I have ever said it on the podcast, but when I was a teenager, I shaved my head. It's probably 10th grade from my ears down.
Uh-huh.
And I loved it. It was so, because my hair was thick like yours back then.
Yeah.
And it was so nice and cool.
Mom used to, shave this part. Not shave, to the scalp.
Yeah.
But, there's still hair there. She'd thin that out for me, and my hair wouldn't get so poofy.
Oh, yeah.
It made it nicer. Now I just need a good thing to scrunch it. Yeah. Apparently, the fashion of today is whatever you like, you do. So,
Yeah.
if you guys think I can't look any worse than this, just wait. Oh, man, you're even flush, sister.
Yeah, I am. I just rub my face really hard, too.
You've been around family, so
Yeah.
takes a lot out of you.
It does. Yeah. And they've been here 2 weeks and 2 days. Right.
And you got more family coming in this week.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? 2 weeks and...
So really, today's your only day off.
Yeah. Because,
technically.
Yes.
Because the other ones could show up at any day.
Yeah.
Any hour.
Yeah. And then I have Saturday. Because their flight's Saturday morning. Or Saturday. Or they said early, but they won't spend the night Friday. So they'll go. Then I'll be able to sleep in and go to bed when I want to.
Need it.
Yeah, that's my main battle. Anytime we were off Saturday and Monday at work, and that always messes me up. And then having the shop, I just take on all this extra undue stress that I give myself. Plus, we're busy, and when, there's just a skeleton crew, as they say there, it's more work. And then with family and the
distractions mentally too.
And the funeral from my uncle, that's sad and, its own thing too. So
emotionally,
I'm ready for sleep.
Yeah.
Really is
You're
what
just
it
run
is.
down.
Yeah.
Just overall. You need you need a good solid weekend of not getting out of bed, really.
Yeah. Not having to do anything.
Maybe the weather will. I have this theory. Okay, because we were just talking about mice.
Yeah.
Roaches.
Spiders too.
Spiders. And the ants have been,
Yes.
I I think it's going to be hot and dry for a while, is what the forecast says. But I feel like nature is prepping for something here. Like they're not going to be caught off guard like last year. It's like last year reset their like biorhythm when we had that unexpected long harsh winter. So like every animal kingdom is like gearing up for it again. I feel like they're not going to be caught off guard. So
they are working harder earlier.
Yeah.
Things are moving sooner. There's some, I believe they're pigeons, but they roost on where you pay your water bill. I don't know what that building's called. And we watch them fly because when they turn, they're like silver underneath. So Maddie and I like to watch them. And they're back.
Yeah.
They have, I don't know what it is about that, but they're not there all summer long, all year long,
The Mississippi kites are still here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be going soon. And when they're gone, it's like something's gonna start changing.
I feel like my tomatoes have taken a little bit of a nap and that they're going to come back full force. And I don't know how to explain that.
No,
I just looked at them. But I think it's going to be one of those years that they get the heat because we had a mild summer, really. And then we did get a little bit of heat. And we're still going to get some intermittently, I think. And then I think if we leave them alone, keep watering them, that we'll get a October crop of tomatoes.
Yeah. Ours won't die.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to die.
Yeah. There's still tomatoes on there, but not the bucketfuls that you would get.
What ours are going to do, this is how ours go, is we get tired of them. So we stop taking care of them. Yeah. And then they get all these big green tomatoes. And you're like, oh, fine. So you start taking care of them again. And then there's one random day you wake up and it's like -3 degrees outside. They all die. And you were like, now I have to go clean them up. Like, I could have been trying to get Dean to rip them out. I'm like, I'm done with the canning. Had all the fresh tomatoes I want.
Jeff's dying to rip them out. He ripped the squash out.
He's like me, though. Yeah. I think Jeff and I have a few things in common.
I think you do, too. Yeah. I downloaded TikTok because I needed something mindless to slip away into, And this woman, I almost sent it to you, but I thought, I can't start that again. But
please. I enjoy it.
It was like the voiceover, and it said about, I don't care how many times they tell me it costs more to can my own tomatoes. I'm going to can my own tomatoes because I don't care. I was like, that's right. It costs a crap ton to can your own tomatoes if you're buying, especially from the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you give them away, you don't get your jars back.
Yeah.
So
now I probably crossed over. Like I got the canning supplies. Yes. I've bought up my lids and rims. Yes. So I can really throw some stuff in some jars these days. But when I first started, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. The mom asked me yesterday.
It's an investment. And don't make it just so you can give them away one year.
No. Mom asked me when I was over there the other day, she's like, do you want your jar back? I was like, no. And then I couldn't believe that I said that I actually have come to a point in my life that I don't want a jar back. Jeff pickled some sweet banana, and they were good. Just the whole sweet banana in there. So we've been taking them over, and I was like, no, I don't need your jar back. I don't know where I would put that jar if I brought it home, honestly. But that's okay.
I have jars in so many places.
Me too. I get it now. Yeah.
Tina and I talked about, getting a storage shed
for your jars. Yeah.
Well, I wanted one because I wouldn't have any place, out there to put a freezer or an extra fridge or anything. So it'd have to be an outbuilding, right?
Yeah.
And then I told him you need a decent place to put the tools. Not the equipment.
Yes.
But the battery tools and all those that you don't want just sitting out there in the open shed thing. And we were talking about it, and then we both decided it needs a loft so I can store all the jars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
But
we do use them.
You just have to wait for the season.
Use them. Yeah.
And then as you use what you can through the winter, you've got to put them somewhere in the house because I would never run to the shed with one jar.
Yeah. I'm going to take half my tomatoes and take them up to Mom. I gave her a couple of my soup recipes, which you can use a whole jar of tomato on.
Yeah.
And so she's going to try and make some of those, like, for Dad and stuff. And
we planted a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes because Jeff made the mistake of telling me that's what he likes. So I was getting, dump truckloads of cherry tomatoes. But this year I roasted a crap ton of them on Saturday mornings. That's what I would do. And frozen, roasted. So I can't wait to pull those out to dump in the roast or, anything. You can make mac and cheese and dump them in there. It would be good.
I'm pasta salad.
Yeah, for sure.
The best pasta salad you can make is getting those spiral noodles made out of the vegetables, that are different, and then just a jar of that Olive Garden dressing. And you boil it and make sure it's really dry, then you put on the dressing, and then you can put in the tomatoes or the Parmesan cheese, whatever. Sometimes I do olives. Way better than that, plastic kit thing that I pay way too much for.
That you have to put in ice.
It has the dehydrated packaging. You don't really know what you're mixing up.
Sorry.
To me, canning is like now having chickens. It's just integrated, so I don't even think about it. Yeah. We all need to get to that point where we just do the things we do, and it's just part of life, and we go on.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a thing because it had to be a thing for me because if I didn't make it a thing, I never would have done it.
Yeah.
And now it's just the process. Now Jeff can his own stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to have me
right. And now it's the things I do, I don't even have to think about it. I know how much to add. It's so it's not a process.
I still like how you make jelly. I've got to buy one of those electric skillets. That is the easiest way to make jelly.
I can't do it. It flatters way too much.
Yeah, and it's game changing when making jelly.
Yeah, it's nicer. I think because you got the bigger surface area, it just all melts easily. That pot would be
those
and because it gets so I'm not I have recipes and things I can make, but I am not a cook in the sense that you know what I mean. Nothing comes natural.
Allison's
some stuff goes just really bad.
You can cook with a recipe really well, but she's not just going to be able to open the icebox and make some.
I can't cook with a recipe either, though. I'm better to just do what I do and just go with it than try. Although every once in a while, I think I can bake, and then it never ends well.
Yeah. Sometimes you bake really good, and then sometimes you send me pictures of stuff. I'm like, how did that even happen? I don't know how that happened.
I can burn a lot of things, too. I think it's my absent-mindedness.
That has to be what it is.
I get distracted, so I don't know really at one point what I put in it, or if I stirred it, or did I add the egg. We don't know.
Yeah.
Unless I have a camera that I can go back and look and break it down, there's no telling. There's no telling.
I thought I was gonna make some pretty seed bead earrings, kind of like a native type thing. Because I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and I understand the premise of it. So when we were in Tulsa Sunday, I had Allison stop by Michael's. I could go in and buy some beads. And the little tubes of beads, they didn't have the colors. I didn't care what the colors were. I needed 4 or 5 colors that went together. Mm-hmm. And I really didn't want white, So it was like they had some matte ones, but they only had 2. And then they had like the ones with the silver inside. Mm-hmm. They only had 3, and those 2 didn't go together. So I was like, you should just get this because they had this deal that had all these test tubes full of beads. And I was like, yeah, let's get that. The little things were anywhere from, I'm going to say $3 to $9 for varying size. That thing was the size of bead I wanted. So it was like $20 or something. So I got that. Bought the needle that you need to do it, and I bought the thread you need to do it. And I got home, videos, and I'm going right along, and I look at it. I get like the double row done. Well, it's got the base of the top part, this part. Yeah. I look at it and I started laughing because I bought cheap beads that were the same size or thickness. Oh. So it was like snaggle teeth. So that's cool. Oh, it looked like when somebody crochets and it's super loose. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what you could see the thread like reaching. Yeah. So I'm gonna buy 1 tube of one color and see if I even care to do it of a nicer bead because I can use those on my postcards and stuff. Yeah. It won't matter. And then see if I even like to do it. But I already bought 2 patterns. They were $3 a piece from Etsy, so I could make these earrings. But yes,
is that really? Okay.
I did see that. That's why that's so funny because it was a necklace. I was like, yeah. But,
some of the CDs, I think the one where it's just like the 2 or 3 little strings down, like those look nice. Do you remember? I think, how far back was it? I think I was like in missionettes at the time. The rings people would make with the initial in it.
Yes.
Never really pulled one of those off myself. I started a few, but then we're back to that, me forgetting and getting distracted.
Yeah. Or it'd have a little flower with the beads and then with beads around.
Like everybody, because you would do so many rows this wide, and then you get this wide, and then you do your initial, and then it would go down, and then you join it. Yeah. Other people made these rings, and I made it sing. May have been an extra row or 2.
That's like me on crocheting. I can't count. I can't remember.
There was this other project when I was younger. I told you, Mom, enrolled me in that lady was doing art classes, but really we'd go to her house and make a project and how my duck was going the wrong way and all that stuff. Well, one of the projects was you had a pattern, and the X was pink and the O was brown or whatever. Yeah. My pattern was like a bear wearing a bow around its neck. And the thing was you put a dot of glue and you drop a sequence and put a dot, and you made the sequence pattern stuff. Another thing you can do, roughly draw the outline of what you're doing, dump the sequence on there and sort of scoot them around until you're happy with it. Yeah. Because that's how I finished that.
Does
I don't have the patience.
Diamonds by color.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people want
You told me that she was doing that. Those Swarovski crystal things. Those are.
No, thank you.
No. That's why the projects I tend to enjoy more were clay.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I like large scale.
Yeah. I like photographs because you just think it was what it was.
Yeah.
Do anything.
I don't know. It's funny because I've been doing what I call sheetrocking.
Yeah.
Drywalling.
Yeah.
And I've been mudding and taping, whatever they call that professionally. And there's these. This is how you do it right. You have the seam, right? The butt joint. And then you put a thin layer of mud down. And then you take the tape and you rub it across. And then you go like this to embed the tape. And then after that sets or dries, or the next day, or whatever you want to do it, you put a thin layer on with a 4-inch knife. And then you go with the 6-inch knife. And then you go with the 8-inch knife. And it's just all a straight line. Or you get the pipe wet, you get the mud on your hands, you go like this, and you just put it in, and then they squeeze out the extra, and then you just go like this.
Yeah.
Better.
Done.
Better.
I saw.
Everywhere I did it like that, it looks great. Everywhere I try to do it right, you can see all the steps.
Yeah. That's because that's what worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a guy, he had built this thing that hung on his belt, and he put mud in it, and he had the tape on the outside, and when he pulled the tape up, he could pull up, like, a yard at a time. He'd pull up whatever his arm was, and then he'd rip it and slap it. Put the mud on one side of the tape, and then he just hit it.
Technique,
man. That was it, yeah.
No, for me, and then I waste most of my time trying to, I can get this all in one piece.
Yeah. And then it starts to just, that's why I do textured walls, because my mud tape doesn't look good.
Well, sanding takes a lot of that. But, those walls aren't even. And then so the sheetrock has what I call a hard offset joint, So I told Dean it's only going to be what it is. But you go back and you look at places that existed for years, you start to see the seams anyway because the sagging and the whatever. Yeah. So I'm not overly concerned about it. But the texture, we bought a Wagner electric texture gun. Ooh. And it has what they call a hopper on it, and you dilute the stuff, and you fill it in there, and then you just and it just splatters it all over. Well, my technique of that was hideous, but Dean, I guess because when he used to paint cars and stuff, he got it looks so professional. We've only done one room, but it looks good. And here's the thing, I thought I have to go back and knock it down. Yeah. No, because it's an orange pill, so you just let it set. And then when it dries, you knock off any maybe rough blobs or anything. But it took him about 20-30 minutes to texture the kitchen walls and the ceiling. And that was us learning as we went. Wow. Like, we didn't know how liquid to get the stuff, how much far away to hold the So we were having to stop, go remix some stuff every single time. Yeah. So I thought, wow. But I physically couldn't do it because it was so heavy. Oh man, it was so heavy. I was not able to get much movement like he could do and then you have to and I was like, I can do that. I can maybe do a small area, but not a whole room at one time. I'd have to do a part of a wall. Do a part of a wall. That's why it takes me so long to get anything done. My muscles and bones fatigue, and I have to actually wait for them to unlock. I had a claw, like the arthritis. You've seen those people from that mudding and taping. Oh, really? Yeah. I remember that happening to you before. Yeah. You couldn't even pull it straight. I take it, and then you have to just to loosen it. It's like when you get a Charlie horse. If you hit on it. Interesting. I don't know why, but all the icons at the bottom flash every once in a while. Beijing Life.
Yeah.
Coming at you. Tillman Square. What's that place called? Tillman Square.
I think my voice is about gone.
Okay, well, we should roll.
Okay.
Roll, not roll. Cut.
Cut.
Yeah.
Got see ya.
We're out.
Bye.